In a recent telephone conversation I had with my dear friend Philip Wilson, as he had done before with Mary Magdalene, he suggests I think about writing a film script about unknown soldiers. The last syllable had hardly left his mouth when my muse began uttering to me not only the opening words, but the entire structure of the piece. Thus, this is Philip's work as much as it is mine. And to its realization, that extraordinarily brilliant actor Robert Carroll, who is poetry in all that he utters. As to its milieu, Marie Miller, whose theatrical taste is awesome. With one actor, I have taken representative unknown soldiers chronologically through history. Ancient Egypt, Imperial Rome, the Crusades, the Spanish Conquest, the American Revolution, and World War II. The fate of the young men so slaughtered in each of these areas was much the same. Unknown graves and lack of transmitted memory of who they were, why they died, and how they died. The one constant of every past word was all of this until the emergence of DNA. Now no one need be unrecognized, even if the slaughter continues as it has at an accelerating rate. One wonders at the stupidity of the human race when old men continue to send young men to kill each other. And in the name of what? Of what? We as a species have learned nothing over the ages but how to more efficiently kill one another. And now we have the capability to kill every form of life upon this earth. If the past is prologue, as has been said, then there is very little hope for the human race. I earnestly hope as I write this near the end of my own life that things will change. But alas, where is the leader who before leading his men into war will say, instead of killing one another, love one another? There was a white man who said such in the first century of the Common Era, and he was put upon a cross. 2,000 years later, there were two brown men in the 20th century who said much the same, and they were also murdered. Despair or take heart? I do not have the answer, but enough, enough, enough.
We all of us called for our mothers, the warmth of her, the milk of her, the all of her, as knives, arrows, spears, bullets, bombs, to lure all of us to lusty death. Those grave forgotten places, they put us to decay, unknown, unfettered, and lost the memory, all who loved we were. It did not matter where the place, what continent, what lake, what mountain, what cherry bog. Wherever they lay us, so worms could soon caress us. We all were what it was. We were the earth, forgotten. No more to kiss our mothers. No more our brothers. And our sons. No more those golden ladies who took our seed, of our life. No more, no more, no more. For most, we simply vanished, as if we were one day the houses, huts, our fathers, and then the next, dirt and sand, our mothers. In most, they stripped us naked, so better to decay. Fire in our hair. And some for birds and bears to eat us. How cruel. The rivers are decay, to leaving of that water. We were no more. How many of us, pole to pole? How many, none can count. For we were the expendable, we were rusted pawns, in armies that faced us back, to sow of them in holes of blackened earth. Did any tell our mothers? We called for them the last. We screamed as we were crushed from life. We coughed red blood, white seed, yellow urine from the skin of us. And then were breath no more. We were the expendable of kings and priests. Could sit fine wood, fine stone, and murmur, we were heroes, when none did know our names, the content of our heaven, the miseries in our movement, as they who were enslaved. We were them, the unknowns, and all the earth, this planet, are nourished of our skins. Young men, young men, young men, who instead of lovers to become were buried, so our rotting flesh would none so be offend. Oh, pity, 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 you who do survive in stone, in paint, in image. We are so lost to memory, while you look down the ages, the ages, the ages. Pity, pity, pity. The blood that did caress us, the blood that made us stiff. To revel in our own masculinity, our blood you did deny, these images of shame. We curse you from our graves. We sing sad songs. The end you have commissioned, we say, our voiceless mouths, and help you live our skins. You have so murdered. He was the Pharaoh, Akhenaten, and he was insane. The sun, I saw him first. He came, Armana, sitting on that boat, his face, his eyes, the sun. And to my early eyes, he seemed indeed a god. That face, those swollen legs, that head, that head, that head. And in that city, so proscribed, were more. He there, his wives, his children, and all were his blood. My father was a builder there. He made mud bricks that were the towers that place, as he, and all now with him, did never not believe. The sun did make him crazy. When first there were black hair on my legs, and I did pass a boy, a man. The swollen king did send some men, the countries of the north, where were others of the golden cloth. Then I, the lowest of the low, were given ribbons on my chest. My mother's tears, my father's pride. I would accompany the royal sash, the royal messages, one pharaoh to another. Oh, could I ever know? I kissed both. They who brought me life. Would never in this world I be their sides again. Would never drink I beer and honey cakes. The sun would disappear. One night I was asleep. They came to kill us all. And there I did receive, above what were ingenerate and yet becalmed, a sword. It went my front, my back, and took with it my life. I do remember pain. I do remember blood. I do remember breath no more. As they did also cut my throat around beneath, and not remembered this boy not yet 2 decades. And those who they were with me, covered me in cloth, and dug me into sand. Unknown, unknown, unknown. For centuries to forget, or even blood and seed, my name, or did I have a father and a mother who would not know what place so near the sea where I repose as proof their extant ecstasy. O blinded king, O madman, why did you send me north? Where would I be so murdered, so long forgotten? Unknown, unknown, unknown. He was the emperor, Marcus Aurelius, and he was born of family, the south of Spain, as so my father. He was the golden Hadrian who came that place. Where did my father be his side? They both are dead now, and unknown in the cold, that northern place. Where did they cut by hand, and for me castrate, what made of me a man? I never knew. Why did I have to be those northern forests? Where were the men of golden hair, their heads, their legs, and all those secret places they did sweat? The skins of wolves what covered them. I never knew why Rome was there. To serve and to protect our mothers and our wives, who are the sea below. They are Rome, our Rome, my Rome. I was so here 2 years, my brothers, those golden men, would stay the forests all about us. We froze in winter heat, such cold, such snow. I could not ever see where I was born, where I had hoped to die. But more, so more to be. The emperor rode out with us that we might see him. Think on, war were there, but much his tent, white feather, pens and parchment, composed, they say, what were inside his heart. We were in cold and wrapped brown leather, our arms and legs. Brown leather. What froze the night and stank the morning sun. I knew I was to die here. I knew I would not see again to face my mother and all the rest. I knew my seed would never warm a woman, fine sons who would me king. It was a winter morning where we were walking perimeter. They suddenly were there, upon us. We were one who stank of sweat and piss, who were there at me, made eye, and threw himself upon me. He were more close on me, a woman, but his caress were death, until I put a knife inside him. His eyes were wide, and blood came from his mouth. And there were words. I thought his mother. And then he held me. I could not breathe. The life were gone his body and his face. And as I pushed him off me, cut from my neck my head, and I did see my body roll, my head another place. Thus was I dead. Thus was I dead. Some hours my friends did come, the bodies all of us, and put us all together, some wood and cloth beneath us. I saw my head, the chest another body. As flames grew warm our bodies, I saw my skull. Some bones remain, with earth then put upon us. Where am I now? All time, unknown, unknown, unknown. To tell my mother the place of where I am. His name was Saladin, and he was the master. All did I believe he was so known my world, to take the word of Allah and his Muhammad. All they who are so ignorant, the beauty of these two was Saladin, so the enforcer. There was one place where all, as we were told, the Jews, the Christians, and all the rest of us were one. In culmination, God are on the earth. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. That city in the sand, in the mud of green, would drive men mad. What are it implicate? And yet, more blood. That place, and even more, were nothing to the hatred that place. Where did these men so come and capture it? All of us should go without. All of us should cower all our tears. This house of God are dead. And so we did besiege that place, to take it from they all who came, to take it from ourselves. They fought, we fought, great death, the sun and air, the stench of rotting men, their faces drained of blood. It was in there, war was to be, the broken wall, so we could kill all those who did encase us. I saw him in the night before. He rode all near us, and others did sing incessantly, God is great, God is great, and we shall go to him, the moment of our death. How simple I believed this, the murder of my skin, with God a lie. And then they put me first, to climb on wood the walls, and kill all they oppose, in cover, cover, cover. Put our ladders on that stone, wood on rock, incarnate. And I was first to climb, and I was first so near the top, that oil from those Christian fires did bathe me in scarlet death. I could not even scream my pain, as that liquid tore my skin and blistered all my process. I was a thing of horror. I dropped my screaming death. The pain, the pain, the pain. Were none who could be remember my roasted flesh. Who was I? I was what name I called, 'cause I was mute and burning. Allah, Mother, Allah, were my final words. That oil tore my nakedness and made of me a thing abhorrent. They put me in a hole, apart. They covered me in sand, so others could not see. These first who climbed the wood. From beauty, youth, and many who desired me, was I a thing of horror, who smelled channel indifference. And so, I was no more, my name forgotten. And so, my mother, father, sister, brothers, would never know I am a pit, the ancient walls of Jerusalem, unknown, unknown, unknown. Whatever great religion could be, so hate each other, I was to be so sacrifice. He was Hernan Cortez, and he was an animal. He came our houses and our farms and told us all we would be rich. The gold of Spain across the sea, and then we could come back that place. Blood and cosmology. What had I there but poetry? Spare food, spare water, spare all what were its name? Estremadura. And so we all went with him, those mouths and months and weeks and days of sickness and of sun, until there it was, a world unlike and not unlike our own. People, flowers, animals, as we had never seen, and each island that we went had never seen as us. When we did naked bathe, the sea their shores, they put their hands upon us, as if we were insolvent. And did I see their eyes a thing I know would someday murder me? Oh, what lies and misery they taught us. From the words of Christ, that men are good, that evil are be learned, that God are our salvation. Words and words and words. For when we went the continent, we saw on smoldering altars bones of they who were sacrificed. There all we did see went singing to their fate, their hearts ripped from their chests. And all the rest so roasted and consumed. Terror, horror, all we went, and first we did destroy. Wherever did we find it, but nothing, were that city of flowers, beauty, and intolerable, where thousands were in bondage. That knife would release them, and we so few, as one, there many thousands, that when they did revolt, our cannons and our horses could not save all of us. And I were taken. They put me in a place, the others, and made me naked clean, all those who did inspect me. They came, their hands my face, the even sex of me, and in a language I did not know, did speak what they saw. And then came one, I knew his smile. Would I him victim be? He laughed. He put his hands my arms and legs, and held my head. Would I was same his sons, and then they took me naked to the top that bloody place, and lay me on a stone, his sons, my arms and legs. He looked my face, and put his hands my eyes, my ears, my skin, and then I knew, some hours my flesh would be his mouth. He raised a knife, and put it in my chest, and took his hands my heart, so I could see it, before he cut its veins, and I was dead, dead. The fires that they brought me divide the golden dishes where they ate me. Unknown. He was George Washington from Mount Vernon. And he was to us a father, sons of God. I came to him, his promise. There would be no more the British, these men who raped my sister as if she were a slave. And there that judge, said innocent, 'cause she were dead, and could not secure the faces, forms of they who did this. She took a rope, our father's barn, and ended all that beauty. She was to all of us, and so I grew to hate them. Here, and so he said, they need to go back, they came. I followed him in all that harsh, what deprivation did to us, in all that harsh. We were that Christmas, cold. And in despair, that frigid sun, that frigid earth, when where we go, to Trenton. We had no money, food to eat, no refuge, ice and snow. But we went in violet. We crossed that icy water and landed no sound. Where did the Hessian men sing Christmas beer and slept their closed eyes, as if so not to see us? And there we did defeat them, took from them their blankets and their beer, and killed the many of them who did not flee. Victory, victory, victory. And when they knew, the British, that we were red with victory, they came to so remove us, the city on the Delaware. The day of New Year's came, and we took the road to Princeton, and there, a place named 5 Mile Run, did I become unknown. We were one side, and they the other. As bullets came between us, I so won the first to fall, and so to die. They took me from the water and stripped from me my clothes, so another could replace me, and covered me with leaves, so when they could return, I would the earth in honor. The British did also strip their dead, so others could in warm, so as they went to Princeton, and then to farther north, our corpses were intermingled, for none to know, I from the new of England, and they from the old of England. In nakedness, none could tell the rest. So soon I was forgot, to lay there even now, those English boys, my own, unknown, unknown, unknown. Oh folly, oh yet of joy, what more the worth of any of them? My leg caress another, who may have raped my sister, and my arm, the face a boy, my rifle did rob of life. Folly, folly, folly. In our ancient grave, where none are known, we are. They were from Poland, France, America, Canada, New Zealand, and from Germany. And they all died there as wanton animals on a spit, hacked, shot, and blown apart, eyes and testicles, and mouths whom others kissed. These dead, the even deader earth, Monte Cassino. Why did we, the sweat of all our youth, some lover's pain and ecstasy, so have to die? That mountain, that place in Italy. So others could the road below, the holy city Rome. Why and why? Why? Pallor in the evening sun, and silent so flies could drink our blood. I knew I would not leave that place, that there I was to die, no plane, no ship to carry me, return all those I love. I knew, in all that brotherhood, all men like me, wherever were they came, would never leave this ashen earth, the ancient road to Rome. Why were there such delay to save some ancient paint, the living blood young men, or needed to so expiate this ancient road to Rome? Shame and shame and shame. You generals and men in black, you naked stone, the naked flesh young men, you cared the images. What more are we in life? I wonder some centuries. Come will all who come here. Hear our screams, the onions and the corn. Will all they hear as did I did, a wisp of air above me, and then to see the flesh of me explode and run from all my bones so none could know my name. Curse you men in black, with gold upon your breath. You sent me here, my mothers, to have my brothers murder me, unknown, unknown, unknown. Now my brothers, now the blood your bones, the screams, your mothers and your wives, now and now and now. Where do we go to expiate? There are no more of us. Unknown, unknown, unknown. Where why nothing in the sun? The moon or bathed the sea. Nothing, nothing, nothing. We are such creatures addicted. We say we love each other, are put into the air. As we are penetrated woman, so do we kill a man. The rage is us, the animal. And all the gorgeous structures we have devised do not unmask the joy we have to kill each other. Oh, shall I weep, my brother? I put into your heart a knife. I push my fingers, lock that metal, seek your skull. I push at levers, keys, computer screens. I put that great distance. My mouth would drink your seed and blood. Coward, 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 coward me, who rule us enough, enough, enough. Coward, your mother weep to mine. Why did you kill my son? Why did you kill my son? Oh beasts, we are rank beasts. We cower in cathedrals and say, God, let us do to them before they do to us. So where? So where do we go? The earth no longer spit us forth and cover us decay. Whatever are there left, our arms, our legs, we're here. Goodbye, my love. Goodbye. The summer solstice, the time when I did love you. Goodbye. I go my grave. Unknown, unknown, unknown. To when tomorrow come till men will love each other, and marveled once there was a time we did each other kill.